What am I missing conspiracy-wise?
Do you know that malt liquor was never intended to be consumed by humans?
I'm a licensed pharmacist in 4 states, and today I'll be sending this sketchy gas station pill to a lab to get tested.
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Make sure you guys watch from start to finish. That really helps the channel grow. But with that being said, let's do what we came here for. Let's go and get into it.
There's blood splatter everywhere. Brain matter, brain fragments, skin tissue, hair follicles, everything you can see. They pick up, medical examiners, they pick up the body, they remove it, they clear the scene, but as far as the deceased person and everything they could pick up, but you know, there's fingertips, fingernails, ears, everything you could think of, it's there. And we get to see that firsthand. Aside from seeing it, there's an odor to blood, right? There's an odor to when someone just passed away, and then there's an odor when someone's been dead for days. And that's the decomposition stage. So when I walk in there, if it's fairly fresh, it smells like a hierro, you know, like a como hierro, you know, there's a special like it's like metal, right? That's when it's fresh. I had to get used to that smell early on, and but yeah, it's definitely a specific, very interesting job, and it's one of those for sure.
If the world's richest billionaires suddenly try to flee the country all at once, an elite tracking system will now trigger an apocalypse alarm. An American programmer has officially launched the Apocalypse Early Warning System. The concept is simple. It monitors the exact flight data of over 11,000 private jets owned by the world's elite. The system filters out normal air traffic to isolate the specific transponders of tech moguls and politicians. If the tracker detects a sudden, massive swarm of billionaire jets all taking off at the exact same time, the alarm jumps to level 5, which is called duck and cover. We already know elites are obsessed with apocalypse insurance. Mark Zuckerberg has a fortified compound with a massive underground bunker in Hawaii, and OpenAI executives have literally admitted they plan to build bunkers before unleashing advanced AI. Unsurprisingly, billionaires are biting back. Elon Musk famously banned flight trackers on X, and the US Congress is currently reviewing a privacy act to hide private jet broadcast data from the public. If the billionaires lose their privacy, we get a front row seat to their escape route. If the alarm goes off, where are you heading?
I mean, they told us in 2012, right? You got to be a billionaire to get that text message. And those billionaires, they leave their family. He left his brother behind. He kicked his girl off. He only took his kids. They don't care about us, y'all. They don't let their kids play with those laptops, with those iPhones, and they definitely ain't going to take us in those bunkers when it hits the fan.
Let us know in the comments.
So apparently in the last 3 months, 21 dead gray whales have washed up on Pacific shores. You know, that's insane. 21 whale carcasses have washed up on beaches. And these whales have exhibited strange behavior before they died, like apparent navigation problems. You know, and scientists are saying this could be anything from a change in water temperature, their actual food sources being changed. You know, but we really don't know what happens in the ocean or what's even in the ocean. And that freaks me out more than anything, that we don't really know what's in the ocean. You know, the fact that we know more about space than we actually know about the ocean, which is on our surface. You know, there's been sounds in the ocean that they said may have been giant creatures, but then they tried to say it was just glacier ice quakes. I always think back to 2003 when a 9-foot great whale shark was tagged. You know, and its tracking tag recorded a sudden rapid descent to 1,900 feet followed by a massive temperature spike, which some believe is because he was in the belly of something. Something so big that it ate a 9-foot great white shark and then just dove into the ocean. And then that tag washed up on shore later, most likely because some bigger animal crapped it out. You know, and this is not the only phenomenon when it comes to a tagged animal disappearing or diving into depths that their species does not go down to. But you know, we don't really know what mermaids or kaiju are even down there.
We're considering ourselves to be more evolved. But you look at the simians, they have 48 chromosomes. We only have 46. Where did that change occur? Where did we get this new understanding? And how did we lose two chromosomes, even though we're 98.7% identical and behave just like them?
If you look at the Epstein files, Epstein was actually funding the Bitcoin Foundation and a lot of crypto projects before, whether it was through MIT or whether grants, whatever it may be.
He had his fingers in the entire financial world, bro. I was watching a Steve Bannon interview on stream. The dude was looped in with some very, like, from traditional Bear Stearns to, you know, crypto markets. He was involved in every single facet of finance. And it's funny because, like, when he was there talking, he understood money to a deep level where it's like, okay, look, everything that you think you know about money, you really don't.
He understood money at a Jewish level.
Yes, there you go.
And money at a Jewish level is not money at a Goy level.
Yeah.
Because Goys look at money as what? As a means for me to survive.
Yeah.
Jews don't look at money that way.
I mean, I think it gets deeper than money, y'all, because like you get to a certain point, I'm only guessing, that you got more money than you will ever need for the rest of your family's eternity, right? Like if you put it in the right spot, which they know, it becomes down to power and greed and having blackmail over these having power over powerful people. That's what a level once you get to that level of money, that's what it turns into. Because after a while, you can only buy so much Rolexes until it gets old. It turns into power and greed and having power over powerful people.
Hey everybody, where's Long Beach Pete now?
They're going to search this little emblem on his shirt. I don't know why this guy didn't edit all this out, but this is how the TikTok is.
In North Beach, in Miami Beach, and I had a
Lester, you mentioned the El Paso thing. Folks, and especially any staffers or lawmakers that are watching this thing, you can absolutely take this to the bank. What occurred in El Paso is whatever story the DOD or the executive branch is telling you about what happened over El Paso is not what happened. It was not anything prosaic. It was not anything from cartels. And what I can tell you is that what happened over El Paso is absolutely frightening and absolutely a threat to the national security of the United States. So those of you in Congress, you need to specifically ask for a classified briefing over what happened in El Paso, because what they are saying is an absolute lie. And when you find out what happened, you're going to be enraged if they haven't told you already. So that in and of itself, what occurred over El Paso should alarm the public. It should alarm members of Congress, because some stuff is getting hidden from you, and what is getting hidden from you is a direct threat to the sovereignty of the United States. So I'm going to leave that there, and we're going to get into some more stuff here, but we're going to real quick just do some housekeeping before we get to the documents and some more videos. If you're not
Now, I was in El Paso, right, when this happened, and they originally shut the airspace off, I believe, for 7 days. That's what they said. 7 days, it's shut down, right? It happened overnight. So for 7 days, it's shut down. There's not even emergency, like airlifts allowed. No military allowed to fly. No commercial flights. No nothing. Y'all, nobody could fly. And they said this was going to go on for 7 days. Like, it was chaos at the airport. People were, getting rentals to drive to Phoenix to fly out. And then it ended up, they said it was like cartel drones. And then they closed it down for 7 days, and then they changed it, and it ended up only being closed for 8 hours. So I knew there, something's fishy, especially if they're not going to allow emergency airlifts. That's where I got scared. They're not even going to let airlifts come and get you. So
it seems that
I'm not
someone
to dig
tries
deeper
to make
into
a
that.
film about witchcraft. Because they try to market it, they have to distort it. It is something that is very, very sacred.
That film, I'm like, this girl's the real deal. I know on the set when I would come by, she'd be reading from the Kabbalah.
Vicky
She
Valancourt,
was living
man.
it.
It's strange to hear this coming from me, because I used to believe that you're born, you live, you die, that's it. But I have witnessed things that have proven different.
Guys, I've got one question. Do we really know what they're subconsciously putting inside these things that we consume in our living rooms every single day? You just heard how serious she was taking her role, and they basically admitted that they used witchcraft in this movie. So ask yourself, how many films like that did he do similar things? She clearly took it serious. She said it's very sacred to her, but we just think it's all entertainment. What are you openly inviting into your home when you watch these things?
Yeah, crazy
So
stuff.
at 6 in the morning, I got a text at 5 in the morning from the realtor or the guy that wants to buy the property. And it's super weird. He's a super weird dude now, honestly. He said, I left you and your daughters a gift at the front of your property on the Rock Gabion area. And I haven't went over there. I'm gonna cook breakfast first, but I haven't went over there. And I was like, what in the world? Like, who does
Some
this? Who
TVs.
says this? Who gives gifts? Like, weird.
What's the purpose of communing with the supernatural for leaders? Why do leaders do it?
I think there was maybe this is a quote or someone said this to me. There are non-powerful people who are Freemasons, but there are no powerful people who are not Freemasons.
Freemasons.
I'll put it like this: the first night that I went there,
where was this?
The Cornerstone Lodge in New York, which is a very famous lodge. People like Jay-Z, go there and whatnot. It's it's
Jay-Z's a Mason.
Yeah, from my understanding, he was with that lodge as well, but higher than I was.
Of course he was.
However, Jay-Z is definitely doing that. Jay-Z is a Thelemite, 100%. He's a Thelemite.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea. You're positive he's like into Crowley.
Well, I believe he is, but go look it up. You don't have to take my word for shit.
You're
Go
always
look it up.
right about this shit. Can we pull up Jay-Z and
Wait,
Crowley?
remember Sergeant Pepper had Crowley up?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so that also, let's face it, Crowley's Barbara Bush's real dad. It's very obvious. She looked like Aleister Crowley with a goddamn wig.
It's so fucking crazy how much she looks like him.
Yeah, because he would have these orgies with important people.
Oh, it's Crowley.
Wait, what about Nick Kroll? What did it say?
Jay-Z Crowley. Not Nick Kroll.
Oh.
Jay-Z Crowley. Jay-Z's use of occult and Masonic symbols in his Rockaware brand of music, particularly the phrase, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, is a key tenet from Crowley's Thelema, sparking theories he's influenced by the... Well, yeah. He wears hoodies with that on it. What the fuck?
Yeah, right. So he's a Thelemite. Okay.
Wow.
By the way, I don't want to, not to trash anybody's amazing beliefs of do with thou wilt will be the whole of the law, but I foresee problems with a law like that.
Okay, but they always leave out the second part of that. There's a second part, right?
Which is what?
Love is the law.
That don't help.
Love under will.
What if I love victimizing children?
I don't think he meant it like that.
Aleister Crowley.
It's pronounced Crowley.
Here's the
problem with the neighborhood. It's the problem that you would think and not think of at the same time. I live in the blue house with the brick on it.
But everyone got a blue house with a brick. You live in the blue house with the brick with the white pillars. You have the driveway.
You know what I'm saying?
Everyone got the exact length of grass.
I mean, look at I'm the only
same
house
trees, same bushes.
that has this much space in between me and my neighbor.
Oh wow, it's like a Dr. Seuss movie. It's like scary.
Really is the Stepford neighborhood.
Man,
now, imagine you just moved in here, you decide to have a little bit of libations, got a little drunk, and you decide to take a walk.
Oh, you're lost forever.
First week I moved in here, I caught one of my neighbors, and he was walking, he was going down that way, then he stopped, he looks at his phone, he walks back this way, he gets to the corner where I saw y'all, he stops, he looks at his phone.
Wow.
I'll tell the government right now, tell you right now if you're listening, NSA, CIA, I'm available, okay? If you show me all the real wreckage, I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother.
Should we bring this up? I guess we have to.
There really is people, y'all, that really believe that when they really mean that. He really meant that when he said it. I'll lie to my own mom to get this UFO information. I swear to you know what. I promise. Begging. And that's not just a beg for UFO. That's a beg for all the knowledge. And he's not sharing it with us. Right? That's like that boxer with Terrence Crawford. Like, I forgot what he said. Like, I'll sell my soul to get that. Like, that's deep to say that on a podcast, on the internet. It's just be careful what you say, y'all, because they're listening. They're listening.
So this just happened. We just found out that Charlie Kirk got shot.
It's fucking awful.
And is he dead?
That's what was just.
One of the guys out there just said it was confirmed that he's dead.
In the lobby was just.
I've been looking. I haven't seen anything that's confirmed.
Whoa. Like I said, I was in Utah at the time.
Oh,
of
you
this
were?
happening. Yeah, I was hunting in the mountains.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
He knows him.
I started getting all these text messages from people wanting me to comment on things. I was
Vaughn.
like, what are you talking about? I literally
used to
didn't know
like
what
him.
was going on.
But,
But then I had to use the Starlink to get online.
Oh, wow.
I got a Starlink. It's like
I like
literally,
Starlink.
it's like the size of a fucking iPad, and you lay it on the ground, you get high-speed internet. It's incredible.
That's cool shit.
Yeah, but that's how I had to like research it, find out what the fuck people are talking about.
But did you see there was like the facility in Tennessee where they bought the whatever the mic thing was, allegedly, that place thing got completely obliterated.
It's like this looks like a person with his arm sticking out.
See it, John? No, I don't see it at all. Oh, there it is, to the left.
It's crazy. It's not a cloud.
Where? Did you pour this somewhere? Right over here. Look at John Angela. Yeah. Here. Yes.
Oh my God! Get my left nut.
Yeah. The Michelin Man?
I don't know. It looks like a person almost.
If you go to China, they're piloting it a few years ago in Shenzhen. So I lived overseas. If you go to Shenzhen, back in 2017, they already had facial recognition cameras there. So if you jaywalked in Shenzhen, they would immediately detect that and send you a notification, and they would deduct money from your what they call WeChat account. They use two main apps, WeChat and Alipay. So you can actually deduct your money directly from your account. This is 4 years ago, so this is not like some sort of conspiracy theory. It's not something that's going to happen 10 years into the future. This happened in China. And so this system in China that exists is extremely advanced. They can detect if it's a man or a woman. They can guess your age. They can detect what kind of car model it is, who the manufacturer is. This is the sort of technology that we see in all these dystopian sort of films and whatever. And people keep putting it off and thinking that this is something that's going to happen later in my kids' lifetime or my grandkids. It's already here. And if this gets implemented anywhere, especially in a Western nation, it's not going away.
You think we're the most advanced civilization to have walked this earth? That phone that you're watching me on now, you think this is groundbreaking technology? This is the old ancient technology that they're allowing us to discover in a controlled manner, slowly drip-fed to give us the illusion that humanity is progressing. As an inventor, you can only work with the tech that's available to you at the time. So a new graphic card comes on the market, and that's the newest upgrade. Why is it always only a slightly bit better than what we've been using before? Use television technology as an example. Plasma display screens in the 90s, and OLED panel screens in the 2010s. If OLED was discovered before plasma, they would never be able to sell you the LCD and the LED screens in the middle of these times, early 2000s. We've never seen massive jumps in technology. How do they always miraculously seem to invent the next step up? At least every now and again you'd expect to see jump steps, inventing things ahead of the time, but you won't see it because they want you to keep consuming and chasing the latest and newest tech. This is ancient old technology, hidden from us in previous resets, and we're led to believe that our ancestors were primal, but they were technologically streets ahead of us, and we are the primal ones in comparison. But what if I told you that the technology that has been kept from us is about to be unleashed on the world, and it's going to change the way we operate? It's going to change everything.
Skinwalkers are back.
I don't know about that.
Some of the videos spreading across the internet are seriously starting to terrify people. According to ancient legends, skinwalkers are creatures capable of taking the form of animals in order to secretly approach their victims without being noticed. What makes this even more disturbing is that more and more people online are reporting the exact same experiences. Dogs standing completely motionless outside houses for hours, cats staring into empty rooms late at night, and animals behaving in ways that seem almost human. In several viral clips, viewers claim they noticed impossible movements, including animals walking unnaturally or remaining perfectly still without blinking for several minutes. Others say they heard their own voice calling them from outside while they were completely alone inside their homes. And the more these videos spread online, the more people believe these stories may not just be internet myths anymore. Some users have even pointed out the same dark figure appearing in multiple videos recorded in completely different locations. But the most terrifying part is that according to certain legends, skinwalkers don't immediately attack their victims.
You want to know a fun fact about Vegas?
What's the fun fact?
So, because we are in the penthouse suite on the 20th floor,
Right.
we have this balcony here, just because of how much we gamble, they comp this for us.
Right.
Did you know that they don't have any balconies?
Now, why
or
would they
anything?
not have balconies?
Because
Well, think
people
about
lose
it.
so much money at the casinos that they're worried if they put a balcony in the rooms they'll
Please
jump
don't say
off
it.
because they lost money. It's a real thing. Another fun fact about Vegas: there's no corners. If you notice in the gambling room, in the casino, in the slot room,
that's why I always get lost.
Yes, because you're walking around. They don't want you to find the exit. They want you to stay.
But then you walk.
keep
You have
losing
chips
money.
in your pocket, and you walk past the table. And
Walk past the table. You're like, oh, where's the exit? There's
Get
no
there time,
corners.
get there time, get there
So
time.
before you know it, you're 5K lost on a blackjack table.
Have you noticed how we've not built any new cemeteries? Like any city, town you go to, they still have
so
the same
chapped,
cemeteries
y'all.
they've had for hundreds of years. And people pass away all the time, yet these cemeteries never seem to fill up. There are always open plots of land where you can bury someone.
Yeah,
so where are the bodies? Where are they going? What's happening to them? I've got this interesting theory that I've heard. Now, in the 1970s, there was this movie called Soylent Green. Now, Soylent Green was this movie starring Charlton Heston, and it was about this futuristic city in which the world had become overpopulated. They had destroyed the oceans, they had destroyed the earth, and times were really rough. And none of the people in the city could afford to buy any groceries. They couldn't afford just the normal things we get every day at the store. So, in order to keep them from starving, they were sold this very cheap stuff that was made in the factory. It was like a squared cracker or ration, and it was called Soylent Green, or yellow or red. And the people, because they were hungry, because they were starving, they would protest like every day. They would go out into the streets and have these huge protests. But these trucks would come around, and they would pick them up and take them away. And all these people were like disappearing. So Charlton Heston's character, who is this detective, he starts investigating this mysterious case, which leads him to the factory where they make this Soylent Green. And what he discovers is that the Soylent Green is made from humans. And when you kind of look around now, right, the same things are happening that happened in that movie, right? We are slowly destroying the oceans, the earth. Groceries have become unaffordable. They are now a luxury to most.
And pure garbage.
And you wonder, the foods that we're getting that are so cheap that we're able to afford to buy, the only stuff that we can eat, what is it made of? Now, I'm curious what you think. Why do you think we are not building any new cemeteries?
What is it made of? And what are they putting in there that when we eat it, we feel terrible? We feel hungover. Like, you're not supposed to feel that way after eating good food. When you're eating healthy, you don't feel that way. You don't feel like, you don't feel tired. You don't feel drained. You feel, you feel good the whole rest of the day. You sleep good. You're not sweaty at night, right? What are they putting in this food? What are we eating?
I hear somebody who actually did just go vote for Ron Paul, a first-time caucus voter, Corporal Jesse Thorson, who is 28 years old, and you are active duty U.S. Army. Why did you vote for Ron Paul?
Well, I'm really excited about a lot of his ideas, especially when it comes to bringing the soldiers home. I've been serving for 10 years now, and all 10 years of those have been during wartime. I'd like to see a little peacetime Army, and I think he has the right idea.
Now, you have done 2 tours in Afghanistan. You told me you're going to go back for a third tour. I mean, if you can see your neck right there, what you have on your tattoo, 9/11, remember, and a picture of the Twin Towers. Some Republicans out there have been saying that Ron Paul would be very dangerous for this country because he wants to bring troops like you back from your post from all over the world.
Well, I think it would be even more dangerous to start nitpicking wars with other countries. Someone like Iran, Israel is more than capable of.
Cut them off.
All right, we just lost our connection, unfortunately.
Isn't that crazy? Like what she said? Like, people think Ron Paul is, dangerous for the country because he wants to bring you guys home. And then fast forward now, the war in Iraq was pointless for nothing. Afghanistan, pretty much pointless. We went over there and turned them into the biggest drug dealers and gave them billions of dollars of U.S. equipment. So next time we fight them, now they got night vision and all that. And look at what these politicians were saying. He's a danger, bringing them home. We need him. What are they saying now? We need to be over there. Gas prices, I don't care. They need to be raised because we don't want them to have a nuclear. You know what? It's all lies, y'all. And we don't do nothing about it. That's what's annoying. People ask me, like, what can we do about it? We can't do nothing. It's all of us. It's the masses. It's the ones that are okay, or it's the ones that are just not even thinking about, don't even know we're at war over there. It's those ones that we need to wake up. It's not us. It's not enough of us. We're the minority.
I'm here to tell you as a dirty welder, and I just want to show you how bad the phones are for your eyes. And people will say, oh, welding's bad for your eyes. Yeah, it might be if you're not wearing the proper equipment. If you're a welder, you know this is a welding hood. If you have auto darkening hood, you cause an arc, right? Correct. It causes a spark. The light turns on. It gets too bright. Okay, so you also know as a welder that when you put this thing in the sun, and think how bright the sun is. It does not trigger. It does not do nothing. And this is an auto darkening hood, which means it don't matter what kind of lights you look at. You can look at the light in the building, and you can look at this light at the sun, and it will not trigger unless you cause an arc with the welding machine. So you see when you look at your phone screen, how the screen glitches out, and this is an auto darkening hood. I just want to show y'all how bad looking at your phone screen is, and people don't even know until you're a welder and you see what happens to your hood when you look at your screen. And you can see that it's literally causing the auto dark setting to glitch out because of the blue lights that come off of your screen. And our eyes, I guess with the blue lights, they make it so small on the phone screen. I'm not a tech gadget, so if you know, explain better. But it's like, we know that there's this blue lights that come off our phone screen, and that our screen is just bad for our eyes in general. And this just goes to prove the show. You can point this thing to the sun, and it would not auto darken. You can point this thing to the lights in the building. It would not auto darken. But as soon as you put it to the screen on your phone, look how it glitches. That goes to show you how horrible the light from your phone, even if the screen is all the way down, like the brightness all the way down, it can still fuck up your eyes. Just wanted to teach y'all that.
And you know what's sad is they can probably fix it, and they don't. They just make it worse and worse with the new versions. I mean, they got cheap glasses on Amazon that are supposed to block the blue light. Well, why don't they put that over the blue light on the screen, right? It's cheap on Amazon. You get a pair of the blue light glasses. I got some because I read on my tablet. I got tired of having books everywhere. I started reading on my tablet, and I bought some blue light glasses. They're like $5 on Amazon. And believe it or not, it don't hurt my eyes no more when I read it. My eyes ain't all blurry or nothing. Like, why don't they put that over the screen? They can do it. They just choose not to.
What am I missing conspiracy-wise? We got aliens, Bigfoot. We did land on the moon. Flat earthers can all fucking choke on cocks. JFK.
I mean, obviously, Rogan's talking about it all the time, but...
You lost me.
But the AI is an antichrist. You know, there is, like, this rumor that the technocrats, like, apparently they think that, like, AI, they've basically contacted a god, and that they are right now in the process
This guy's just
of
a skeptic or
freeing
what?
it.
The AI Antichrist, what is its end game?
The one institution that keeps coming is slavery. These billionaires want to ascend to become gods, and to do that, they have to make us slaves. And that's the history of the.
That's an actual answer that I can't poke a hole in.
If you look at a lot of the people that are right now really into these government contracts, CIA, it's the new version of religions. It's not Christianity, it's Mormonism. It's not Judaism, it's Kabbalah. It's not Islam, it's Sufism, it's Scientology. What do all those things have in common, right? It's that there's a real pipeline to ascending and actually becoming part of the Godhead.
Okay, I can buy that.
See, that's what I say. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, you get to $1 billion, like, money's nothing no more. You can send rockets to space. Like, you can play with that money like nothing. It's not, they want the power. They want to be God, right? They want to have power over everybody. They want to be powerful over powerful people. They want to tell our government, this is what you're going to do. They want to tell Trump, this is what you want to do. They're going to tell, everybody, this is what we're doing. We're not doing what that's what they want now. They want to be power. They want to be gods.
And where are they at?
We're all going here, y'all.
I don't see anything. You see him? I don't see anything. Are they making you happy? Yeah? Well, that's good. How many?
It's not hard to think about. People from Australia are called Australians. People from Asia are called Asians. People from Europe are called Europeans. Middle East, they're called Middle Easterners. Africans, right? These are all Africans. As soon as you get here, all of a sudden there's a confusion. The only people that are called Americans are white people. How?
Yeah, I'm called Mexican.
Let me tell you something nobody wants to say out loud about
That's true.
DoorDash. DoorDash is not just a delivery. It's a completely different restaurant. You ever notice that the prices are higher? Yeah, they have to be, because DoorDash and those other apps take up to 30% off of every order. 30%. So if you think you're supporting a small business, but you're ordering through an app, a big chunk of that money never touches the restaurant. And then there's the pickup. The driver walks in, phone in his face, on a call, AirPods in, doesn't say a word, just shoves a screen at you like you're a vending machine.
Yeah, I used to hate when people do that.
Meanwhile, my staff is juggling a full dining room, real guests, real conversations, and now we're supposed to stop everything for an app that takes a third of our money. But here's the part that really gets us. Sometimes the food is ready, hot, fresh, sitting in the window. And it just sits there. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30, even 45 minutes. Because there's no driver. Then the driver finally shows up. Maybe the bag gets tossed around, maybe it doesn't. And then who gets the phone call? Us. Oh, my food is cold. My order's late.
Yeah.
That doesn't look right. And we're sitting there like, we made it right. We made it on time. It just never left the building when it was supposed to. Listen, I get it. It's convenient. We all use it. But just understand, you're not getting the same experience. The restaurant's not getting the same support. And the people inside, they're carrying all the pressures for a system they don't control. So next time, if you really want to have local support, skip the app, call it in. Better yet, just walk through the door.
You know why it sits there forever, right? The customer didn't tip. Customer didn't tip, and DoorDash is going to pay you $3 to. You're going to make $3 in 30 minutes. So DoorDash sends it out to drivers. No one accepts it. They wait, whatever. Send it to their $5. They'll move it to $4. Still not enough. They'll move it to $5. Still not enough. Move it to $6. Okay, $6 to go 1 mile. I wouldn't do it, but okay, somebody will take it. But it's already been an hour. It's already been sitting there an hour. I'm sorry, but you have to tip. If you want good service, you have to leave a good tip, because DoorDash's flat fee, I haven't done it in forever, but I can only imagine it's probably like $2.50 if there's no tip. That's what you're going to get. $2.50 to deliver somebody's food. No thanks.
It's a whole brisket, y'all. Whole brisket. Watch the bust down, y'all. Y'all know who I am. You feel me? City boy, man. Whole brisket, man. Bust down. Fresh brisket.
Now, I ain't gonna say that ain't no brisket, but it didn't come off no bull. I know horse meat when I see it.
Check this out. Here's the name of the town, Chilicot. It says 1883 right there. But when you go to the Masonic building, they forgot to put the one on there. It says 876. Oh my God, that's a big discrepancy. We got like 1,000 years gone there, guys. You forgot to put the one on there? Or did you add the 1 to that? There you go, people.
Hot Pockets.
But he was there,
I got this.
If he wanted you out of there, himself on feet.
What the fuck? I got this.
This was the El Nino in 1877. Now this is the El Nino that's supposed to come in 2026. Come on now, y'all. The El Nino that's expected to hit in 2026, it looks like it's almost 3 times bigger than the one in 1877. And in 1877, it said 50 million people lost their lives.
Damn.
Of course, in 2026, we got better technology and we got air conditioners and stuff. But what if our power goes out? Look at how the world is going right now. There's war, gas prices are skyrocketing. There's like 3 diseases out, bro. And now we got this. Man, Jesus is giving so many signs that we are in the end. Plus, with warm air, you know there's going to be more thunderstorms. There's going to be more hurricanes. And there's already been earthquakes popping off like crazy all over the world. It's time, y'all, to start following Jesus like never before. He is our only safety at this time. A lot of people will look at this stuff and let it go in one ear, out the other. But be a smart person and realize God is trying to wake his people up right now. Follow Jesus with your heart, your mind, and your soul. Please, y'all. Please, y'all, with all your heart.
Interracial alien mating? What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
I had a guy who was uniformed. He was a senior enlisted with the United States Army. Came into my office in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting. I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants. Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the whistleblower was telling me is that there were like between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened. And what he wanted was a group members of Congress to all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up at like 8 locations at one time. And so that never occurred.
There have been 3 major accidents in the past week, and it's almost starting to seem like this shit's just not a coincidence. You know, first we had the chemical tank leak in Garden Grove, California. And then not too far from there in East Los Angeles, they ruptured an oil pipeline and over 2,000 gallons of crude oil leaked into the Los Angeles River. Now we have another chemical tank explosion, this time in Washington. An 80,000 gallon tank at a paper processing facility imploded. It killed several employees. It injured dozens of people, including first responders. And right now there's recovery efforts because there's people missing. So what do you think? Do you think that these accidents are just a coincidence? Or could we possibly be under some sort of attack? I don't know. But usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
You know what's sad is now when there is an attack, they don't even tell us. Like, remember that New Orleans, you know, when that dude drove through on New Year's? Like, they hid the flag from us, that black flag. They hid it. They were hiding it. They were taking it down. They didn't even tell us. They said it was a terrorist organization, like a terrorist attack, but they didn't, like, show that. And there's, like, other things that have happened. Like, in Nevada, I think they were going to attack a water plant or something, and they just don't tell us. They just don't. It's weird now. Like, why are they hiding terrorist attacks from us now? Right? They never did that in the past. Whenever there was something, a bomb or something, like, it was first thing, Al-Qaeda, we got to go to war now. We got to go get them. But now when it happens, it's like, it's on the news for the night, and then it's done. It's very weird.
Ain't this interaction?
Cut the shit, man. Nah,
I'm from Memphis. Who are you?
Ben the Don and Palm Beach Pete.
Not Jeffrey Epstein. What the fuck? A hit dog gonna holler. We didn't say that. We didn't bring that up. I thought you was Brad Pitt at first. So,
Brad Pitt.
And you brought up Epstein. You ain't.
Play the rest of the video.
So you know what's crazy? I thought it was over. I'm sorry. You know what's crazy is they would do something like that. They would put him in front of the camera just to throw it in our face and say he's Palm Beach Pete or whatever. And he's hanging out with all these streamers now. That's the new Hollywood. Like, that's something they would do.
And I know y'all liking my shirt. Hit that like if you want to make a video describing my shirt. Found it at the thrift, man. So when it comes to Ben the Don, right? He is in these fraternity societies, right? Y'all look at me crazy for the shirt, but he actually in this shit. He know what he doing, right? But it's levels to this shit. This guy, Palm Beach Pete, blew up on the internet randomly driving in his car. Somebody recorded him randomly driving his car for looking like a particular person, right? And then he proceeded to become an internet celebrity.
That's him. Look at him. That's Epstein, y'all.
Y'all stay in the. I seen something. Y'all got the same background, and y'all stay in the same crib. And both this part of y'all mouth.
UFO and meteor over Mount Mayon, one of the most perfect and deadly volcanoes on Earth, was erupting with rivers of molten lava, and then something from the stars arrived. For months, Mayon had been alive. Lava flowing, rocks tumbling, thousands evacuated from the danger zone, and exactly at 10:33 PM, a brilliant fireball streaks across the sky, plunging directly towards the northern slopes. And 5Volt's camera catches it all, and it looks like an impact. Officials say this was a meteor that burned up high in the atmosphere. No impact, case closed. But the internet and thousands watching live aren't buying it. Now, as people were focused on the meteor itself, many missed this. A fireball vanished into the volcanic fire and something emerged. A glowing orb rising slowly, deliberately, flying back over the erupting summit. Watching, waiting, almost answering a call. Now, could this just be coincidence once again, or could this be something more? A probe even? And for many years, whenever there's a volcano erupting, there is UFOs or other objects flying in or around them. So whether there's some sort of connection to do with the energy produced there, or it's a gateway, or something going on beyond our physical comprehension, who knows? But the funny thing, whenever there is an anomaly caught on TV, they always mysteriously cut out the piece which is the most interesting. And then it's up to us to decipher what's actually going on.
This is the first generation that is scoring lower on IQ test than their previous generation. There's something called the Flynn effect. And the Flynn effect says every generation, the IQ has improved until now. And there's a neuroscientist named Jared Horvath. He is saying it's screen time. Even in the classrooms, they're learning on screens. Well, what happens in a classroom when you're learning on a screen? It's not deep studying like we had where we're learning for a person. It's skimming studying. And maybe there's alerts and notification that's distracting you. His belief, and I think it's probably true, is technology is a great asset, but it's also harming this current generation and probably generations going forward.
I don't think anybody would disagree with that.
You know, I was about to say that. Like, it's, you know, I'm using technology and making a living off it. You know, some people use technology and just like doom scroll all day. Like, you get the choice. You get the choice. But I do think you shouldn't have it in the schools. I think it should be, you know, more hands-on like it used to be. But times are changing, and this internet, this blue screen, as much as it does bad, it does a lot of good. It does a lot of good too. A lot of people, you know, generational wealth. A lot, but the ones that they show and broadcast are the ones that, just like on the internet with the celebrities, y'all back in the day, like they flaunt all these things, private jets and all these things, and Gucci bags and Gucci clothes, and unfortunately, those are the ones that are at the forefront that the media puts out there, that are just blowing money, and they're going to be broke in 20 years and probably on drugs. But if you do it right and use these screens right, you know, you can change your life, y'all. You really can. And not even doing these type of things, like learning things, like learning little side hustles, learning businesses. Like, you can learn all those things on YouTube. And that's why I always tell you guys, like, whatever you want to do, look it up and you'll start doing it.
Seeing this map from 1587, like this one with the bird carrying an elephant. It's
That's a
quite
big bird.
crazy. There's so many crazy drawings and depictions here. And I'll go over a few of them with you and let you comment on them. But it was quite interesting. All the depictions. And as you'll see, there's no ice. And there's land all the way around.
There's an ice wall.
And then up in the Americas, they have a griffin up there, which I thought was pretty cool. But there are drawings everywhere. I mean, everywhere, where you have
giant lobsters.
This character here, which was really interesting. And then down here you have everything really close, which is not like that anymore. And we'll go ahead and kind of go across here so you can see more of the craziness. Another large, wild-looking bird. Sea creatures. Your mermaid on the side here. Here's where they have the dates. And then they have sayings all throughout here, all the different territories. And all along this area, they have all these different depictions like this. Or like
giant
that.
animals. What map is this? Did he say?
Or like that. Just wild. And it keeps going. There's more and more. It just doesn't stop. This is probably one of the most interesting maps I've ever seen. And as you'll see here too. Oops, let me just do it the other way. Sorry. As you go further, you see even more interesting characters all throughout.
What the heck? A hybrid. Big old lizards.
Very interesting map.
I think those are still in the ocean, y'all.
It's pretty wild looking there. All the different animal depictions everywhere. And then these. And then again below you have all the different descriptions. And then some of the different royalty in their descriptions as well.
It's always their history, right? It's always their story.
It's pretty wild. Here, we'll flip it again.
The royals.
So we can see some more stuff. Check that one out, huh? It's pretty wild. Anyways, just wanted to share this map with you. There's so much more to dive into. We're just on the outskirts of it. I've done a couple videos. You can go back and check my past videos as well. See the different videos I've done on this. But it is quite interesting. Anyways, as always, I'll do some more videos of this. Stay curious, y'all.
We've seen you with Michelle Lamy. When I was living at Chateau, she was also living at Chateau. I was in Bungalow 2 and she was in Bungalow 1, and she'd always be by the pool in like an outfit like this. What is this? Like she wears these things that go like this. She's great. She's actually kind of been one of my mentors.
Ain't no way when you get on the plane, I cut my phone on, and now that's gonna affect the electricity of the plane to make the plane crash out and wipe out. And people really believe that shit. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with that. They don't want your shit on because they don't want you using no form of compensation, no form of compass to try to dictate where you east, west, or north. And then they still lied. They told us really, for example, they even lied about east and west and north and south.
Well, I mean, you can take your own compass. You know, like some of my watches have a compass on it. So it's not like that's not hard to go around, right? If there's just because your phone can tell you northeast, south, and like you can take your own compass on there and see. Not saying that he's not right, but I'm just saying like you can still take your own compass.
You get what I'm saying? Like they got us thinking that the sun rises in the east. When the sun rises in the west. They taught us that the sun sets in the west though. So if you in America, you like, okay, well, the sun gonna always rise over in New York first, in Philadelphia and Baltimore, they don't see the sun first, and then shit, it'll move over the country, and everybody else will start seeing it, and then eventually it gets to the west, and it sets in Cali. You know what I'm saying? It sets.
And then you got to realize that the malt liquor that they sell, the 40 ounce, do you know that malt liquor
Used to drink a lot of
was
40s
never
back in the day.
intended to be consumed by humans? Do you know what malt?
Did you guys used to drink 40s? I used to love me a Mickey's, King Cobra back in the day before I knew anything. Those are my two go-tos.
Liquor is when they're done making the high grade liquor.
Love the Mickey's.
That's the garbage left at the bottom of the barrel. You know how I learned this? I met a brother. I was in Sprint one day. We both getting our phones fixed. He just so happened to be one of the distributors for the beer company. He said, Dr. Umar, malt liquor was never supposed to be consumed. That was the leftover stuff. But they had so much of it, they said, we need to find something.
Put it in the liquor stores in the
said,
hood.
sell it to the blacks.
And Snoop Dogg
Sell
in
it to the blacks.
They went out there and promoted it of the St. Ives commercials, you know, all the rappers drinking 40s. That's crazy, y'all. I never knew it was, I knew it was bottom of the barrel. I knew that. I mean, it's freaking $2.50 for a big ass 40 ounce to get drunk, right? But I didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be consumed. And they had all these rappers promoting it. And guess what? They had all of us drinking it. I was one of them.
It's like 250% more toxic than any other liquors, and they bring it right to our community. And I got a problem with the rappers because all the rappers are endorsing alcohol.
Yeah.
Don't we have enough alcohol in the black community? Why does every rapper gotta either have a weed factory or you selling alcohol? That's all y'all can. How
That's
about a
the image they
hospital?
push. That's the
Give
image they
me a
push.
hospital.
They don't push
Give me
that.
a school.
Yeah.
Give me a supermarket. Give me a distribution company. Don't bring me no damn weed farm and no alcohol.
Now, guess what, though? The ones that tried to do that, guess what they do to them? They get off, y'all. Like Nipsey Hussle. He's one of them that came to my mind. All right, he had his own clothing store in his neighbor. He was trying to build up his neighborhood. All right, that corner he grew up on, a notorious corner in LA. And he was giving people jobs. He was teaching knowledge. He was teaching like investing. He was teaching real estate in his music. He was teaching all these things. Dr. Sebi doing the documentary on him. He was one of them. Like when they try to do that, the Tupac's trying to change, change the way people think and all that, trying to, right? And when they talk like that and they think like that, they off them, y'all. We don't want that. You're only allowed to promote liquor, alcohol, guns, and drugs. And if you get out of that line, we're going to put you down.
There's three main reasons why we got so much community violence in the black community. One is miseducation.
Yeah.
If you don't fix the schools and the opportunities that come from a decent education, you can't stop violence.
Yeah.
Because violence grows from the soil of poverty. Violence grows from the soil of poverty. If I'm listening to a mayor of Wilmington or the mayor of Chester or the mayor of Philly or the mayor of New York say, I want to do something about violence, but I don't want to do nothing about poverty.
Right.
I want to do something about violence, but I don't want to do nothing about the schools.
It's a joke.
I want to do something about violence, but I don't want to do nothing about the economic devastation, the underemployment of black youth. You know, black youth have one of the lowest employments in America. Immigrants have a higher employment than our teenagers. Nobody wants to hire black youth because of the stereotypes. They can't find work. You see, so if you don't deal with the education, the economic castration, here's the third part. Mental illness mixed with post-traumatic slavery disease.
And they getting high.
First of all, black people are angry at the
drugs,
system.
y'all. It's the drugs.
We should be.
They kill each other because they know if you touch the system, there's consequences. Me and you get into an argument. I take your life. God forbid, right?
And he studied this shit on
Sorry
twins.
that cut
So
off, y'all.
when you see Stranger Things by the Duffer Brothers, who are twins, originally Stranger Things was going to be called Montauk, about Montauk.
Oh, yeah.
Stranger
Montauk's
Things cuts
crazy.
a lot of shit out of what went on at Montauk, particularly the boys being molested by parents. There is an actual girl who was named 11. Do you know why she's named 11?
No.
Because when you invert 11, it's the same. So that's why when she goes the upside down, she's still 11. Yeah, but it's a family fun show about sexual abuse magic that was done by your government in Long Island. And that's called a limited hangout. And that's how they get the shit out there. It's in that book, Twilight Language.
Wait. So I think this is a term that maybe some people aren't aware of. Can you tell me what a limited hangout is?
It's when you admit to a little to hide a lot.
So it fits into the
MK Ultra, you've all heard of it. They did experiments with LSD. Oh, that sounds spooky.
Yeah.
Well, and then they stopped
Right.
And then they got caught and they stopped and the guy shredded all the documents. No one went to prison, but they stopped doing it.
Right.
It wasn't the plan the whole time that they've continued to do to you now.
But yeah, and you know, this, I'm sure most people watching this know this is true. But for those of you who don't, this actually happened. Like the taxpayers paid the CIA to drug not just like
Taxpayers.
prostitutes and Johns, but theoretically Charles Manson. Theoretically.
You know Paul McCartney? Yes, we do. Not personally, but yes, Paul McCartney. Right.
Yeah.
He actually died in 1966. He was actually decapitated in a car accident. Yeah. And after his death, his producer, held a lookalike contest for Paul McCartney, but not for the other three. Yeah. Right? And they actually found a lookalike. They did a bit of plastic surgery, right? And John Lennon nicknamed him Fall, F-A-U-L, as in fake Paul.
Bro, there's definitely some crazy stuff out there. Have you ever heard of the Michael Jordan theory?
What's the Michael Jordan theory?
Oh my God, this is one of the craziest conspiracies ever. First off, there's this video that's been going viral of Michael Jordan. We're like reaching for a loose ball, right?
Michael going, maybe?
Yep. And then on top of that, people have started going back and reanalyzing some of the decisions that he made. Like after winning a back-to-back-to-back, he decides to retire to go play baseball.
Yeah, that was so strange, right?
And then right after he retires, his dad gets killed.
Oh.
So people start digging into this and they think it was because Michael Jordan had a crazy gambling addiction.
Still does.
So people think that that decision was made because he owed some very powerful people some money. Some people believe he's not human because of the video with the arm thing. Photos of his hands have never been taken clearly. They're always out of focus and super blurry. People reported going to the stadium and seeing him sitting in the stands at 3 a.m. Like some of the craziest stories ever, and people believe this guy can't be human.
But you gotta always remember, before the onset of AI, we weren't seeing mythical creatures just showing up.
That's true,
in
y'all.
people's backyards.
That's true.
There is a super normal part of this whole thing. Whenever you investigate cryptids, you know, there's a spiritual aspect to it. And some of these creatures, it may sound crazy, but I know some of these creatures can see electromagnetic waves. So that shows us that they're more in tune with this world that we live in, because people often ignore the spiritual aspect of the world. But, you know, my homies, killers, I seen them praying. And it's like, damn, how are you praying when we going out here to go do things that's going to send us to hell? So part of being a human being is to understand the human condition and knowing the paradox within that. You know you living in a simulation when everything that exists contradicts everything that also exists. So you got to keep that in mind.
Spirit of backwardness. When you dream, you're always at your old school. You're always at your old high school, your old middle school. You're always seeing your old friends. You're always taking an exam or a test. You know, you're dreaming of you being at your old job again. You're at your old neighborhood again. You're dreaming of being in the city you were born again. That's not a good dream.
Mine's always a nightmare.
That's not a good.
Mine is always at my high school at the same spot. I'm trying to make it to my vehicle in the student parking lot section, and there's a mass thing going on at the school. Only time I'm at my high school is that. It's a mass spot. I'm at the same spot trying to get to my car, and I'm parked way on the other side of the student parking lot. And that's going on all around me. That's every time I'm at my old school, it's a nightmare.
That's not.
Do you guys have that?
To keep having, because that relates to what I just said about it stealing from you. If you have a dream of being at your old school, your old neighborhood,
that school stole a lot from me.
It's time to go to war. It's time to pray and use the word.
Here's your reminder that the internet is not wireless.
I still deal with those demons.
Right now, there is over 900,000 miles of physical cables the thickness of a garden hose sitting on the ocean floor. They carry 99% of all data that travels between continents and roughly $22 trillion of financial transactions every single day. The Maria cable, owned by Microsoft and Meta, connects Virginia to Spain and carries 224 terabits per second. For reference, GTA 6 is about 200 gigabytes. You could download the entire game in 7 milliseconds, and in 1 second you can download GTA 6 140 times. That's roughly 16 million times faster than your typical home internet. And these cables break all the time, especially by ship anchors. In 2002, one cargo ship accidentally dragged its anchor and cut 3 of the 4 cables that connect US and Europe and took out the transatlantic internet. And 2 weeks ago, China tested a deep-sea device that could intentionally cut these cables at depths of over 11,000 feet, which is deeper than any known system.
Like why? Why are they allowed to do these things? Why are these government officials allowed to call that shot? Hey, we're going to make something and we're going to cut. Like, they don't care about us, y'all. They don't. It's so frustrating. Like, I mean, I hate to be like, say the dumbest thing ever, but why can't we get along? Why is there got to be so much evil and ego and power hunger and like, damn, like, get out and go for a hike. Change your life.
We're used to wireless tech that it's easy to forget.
I'm a licensed pharmacist in 4 states, and today I'll be sending this sketchy gas station pill to a lab to get tested. My fingers are already tingling, and I haven't even touched the pill yet. I can't say the name of what this is on this platform, but it's a large African rhino. But it's a different version than the ones I've seen before. But I want to open this up first, and then I'll send the other one to the lab.
Big ass pill.
Let's open this up.
Oh, he's got it in there.
Now, what's supposed to be in here is a blend of herbals that really shouldn't do much of anything. And that does not look herbal at all. Not even no shot. Oh, I don't even need to send this to the lab. I know that this is straight sildenafil. Yeah, I know already what the mass spectrometrist is going to find. Let's put it in the mail. It's been 3 weeks, and I got the results back from Daltonian Flux. Okay, let's take a look at the results. Well, that's not supposed to be there. Sildenafil is a chemical called a PDE5 inhibitor, which causes vasodilation and increased blood flow. And yes, it's the active ingredient in a men's health medication called Viagra. Here's the problem with this. Only pharmacies can sell sildenafil in the United States, and I bought this from a gas station. This is super illegal and super dangerous. I don't know how these sketchy gas station pills are getting away with this, but apparently adding actual pharmaceutical medications to these pills and selling them without a prescription is pretty much the standard nowadays. And they've been getting away with this for years. Major thumbs down, very dangerous.
You were 14 years old. Elvis was 24, right? Mm-hmm. How did your parents allow a 14-year-old teenager baby to be with this then superstar?
No, first of all, it was just an innocent meeting.
In September 1959, while serving in the military in Germany, Elvis met 14-year-old Priscilla Beaulieu at a party. He fell head over heels for the young girl. Priscilla recalled, he treated her with great respect. In the beginning, there was no physical relationship. It was more of an emotional connection. In 1963, 18-year-old Priscilla graduated from high school and moved into Graceland, Elvis's mansion in Memphis. Elvis molded her into a living doll. He dictated her hairstyle, a high bun with thick eyeliner, forbade her from going out without makeup, and did not allow Priscilla to socialize outside the home. Her life revolved entirely around him. 4 years later, they married in a hasty ceremony in a Las Vegas hotel suite that lasted only 8 minutes, a thoroughly perfunctory affair. The following year, their daughter Lisa Marie was born, and Elvis's true colors were fully revealed. He declared he couldn't be intimate with a woman who had given birth, and public infidelity, drug abuse, and erratic mood swings became the norm. Years of oppression and resentment finally brought Priscilla to her senses. At the age of 28, she decisively filed for divorce, ending a marriage that had lasted only 6 years. In 1977, the 42-year-old Elvis passed away tragically. She took over the management of his estate, built a successful career, transformed Graceland into a museum, and became a billionaire. Priscilla spent half her life proving that a woman should never become anyone's appendage.
See what I say? Like, those are the people they put in the spotlight, right? Those are the people they put in the spotlight. Insecure, drug addict, controlling. Those are the people they put in front of the camera, y'all. The fame, right? Those are the people. I need to get a computer chair, y'all. I'm using a table chair and a dinner table chair. My back's hurting already. You're supposed to lay down, yeah? Yeah, you start panicking, y'all. That claustrophobia kicks in. Stay calm.
The closer you get to the equator, the smaller it gets. Now check this out. Now check this out. If you keep going up, like look, this is Germany on top of Sweden. You see this? The more up you go, the bigger it gets. You see this? Greenland, hella small, to be honest. Hella small.
I'm pretty sure Brazil is like 3 or 4 times bigger than Greenland.
Oh my god, Brazil, full on the equator. This is gonna be massive.
Yeah, watch it.
Yo! It's bigger than Europe!
Bro, did you hear this? Did you hear this? The top point of Brazil is closer to Canada than it is to the bottom point of Brazil.
Damn.
The top point of Brazil is closer to Canada than it is to the bottom point of Brazil.
The top point of Brazil is closer to Canada.
I'm trying to make it make sense.
That's fucking crazy.
Are we really supposed to sit here and believe this nigga just offed himself?
They're as serious as a heart attack. And if it wasn't for these universal laws, they would have taken me out.
I think they would have.
They've tried and tried and tried. I have been given death threats directly from the Rothschilds 3 different times. They have actually had somebody that they could talk to.
Straw parties.
It's from them, through this person, to me, 3 times. Direct death threats from the Rothschilds. Shut up or we're going to take you out. And I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it.
Because what they really try to do is they try to lure you in with a honey trap that gets you to authorize your own death. That's how it works.
But you need to be careful, and let me tell you why. We are being plagued with naturopathic doctors being murdered. That's happening all around the country, all around the planet these days. We have had biochemists killed. Stephen Quayle and I have talked about that for years. They're getting to these people who are those.
Of all the people you met in the criminal underworld, who was the most inspiring and who was the scariest?
Actually, I have an example for both in one single episode, the episode we did on assassins. And the first person we interviewed was an assassin here in LA, and he was really scary. I went there with a connection. The guy who took me there told me from the start that this guy has big mood swings, and so be careful with him. I met him. He was not very warm from the start. And immediately he showed me his gun and said, if this is a fucking setup, I'm going to kill you guys. So you're warned from now on that if this is a setup, you're all dead. And so we started the interview, and the whole time I'm thinking, what if the police shows up? Not because we called the police, because obviously we didn't, but what if they're just, driving around here? And once I asked him about his family, he wasn't very happy. He didn't want to talk about his feelings or his emotions. So that was the scary. One of the most inspiring interviews was an assassin we interviewed in South Africa, a guy called Jojo, who basically his parents were killed when he was about 9 years old. He was out on the streets, no family, had to figure out a way to survive, got into the drug business, eventually became a contract killer. And in the interview, he was telling me he only kills bad people. He doesn't kill women or children. And when I asked him, have you thought about what you're doing to the children when you kill the father, is the same thing that they did to you? He said, I had never thought about that. At the end of the interview, we shut down the cameras. He came to me in tears. He said, no one ever was interested in asking me about my life. I'm really seriously consider leaving this because I'd never thought that I was harming anyone.
All right, family. Man, it feels good to be back. I took a long break, y'all. Like I said, I was moving. Anyone that saw that, we moved into something a little bigger, a single-story house, not a two-story. So, I had I wanted to start posting yesterday, but I was, me and my, dad, we banged everything out in that garage and got it all done. So, I didn't get to post yesterday, but we're back, y'all. For the rest of this month, I'm going to try to post every day because, I fell behind this month. And then starting next month, I'm going to start posting 5 days a week. I'm going to try to post 5 days a week on both channels. Maybe post a couple times a week on my third channel, y'all. Links to all those are down below. Make sure you guys share the video. That helps. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate everybody that made it this far. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on the next one. This is Segovia. I'm signing up out of the man cave. I'll see y'all then. Later.